Austin Kennedy, Kevin Shannon from the Bryant Law Center back to answer some of your questions regarding personal injury and workers' comp. 1-888-208-6946, the number to call if you have a question, and we'll get to as many as we can. In fact, we have one already that says the attorney that was dealing with my car accident case got dementia and is no longer allowed to work in law. What should I do so I don't lose my case?
Well, I'd say one of the first things I would do is to request your file from your attorney. I don't know, again, I don't know all the facts or circumstances, but you definitely need a copy of your file so that you could take it to a different attorney and have the case continue. You don't obviously want to miss any statute of limitations or anything like that, so I would say the quicker you do it, the better. But as far as kind of the logistics of it, I mean, it's one of those things I think you need to probably call somebody and talk to them about it.
Okay, another viewer wants to know, from re-injuring their back in a car accident that wasn't their fault, now the insurance company is asking them to get their own medical records on my back before they'll make a settlement offer. Do they have to do that?
Well, I'd say you don't have to do that, but I think it's a reasonable request. If you think about it, you're telling them that you have re-injured your back or aggravated a pre-existing back injury, and you're asking them to pay you money for that. And really the only way that they would have of knowing the extent to which you have re-injured the back is to get medical records from before the accident and then compare what the records look like. What do the x-rays or the diagnostic testing look like? What does the doctor say about the before and the after? And so you don't have to comply with their request, but I think that it is a reasonable request, and probably without compliance, you're unlikely to get a settlement offer.
Margie wants to know, because she was involved in a hit-and-run accident and the police can't find the person who was involved with her, what are her options?
If you've been involved in a hit-and-run accident, you may very well have an uninsured motorist claim on at least all Kentucky automobile insurance policies. You will have uninsured motorist coverage on the policy unless you have specifically rejected it, and very few people specifically reject that coverage. So the policy will typically define an uninsured motorist to include a hit-and-run driver. So as long as there was either physical contact between the hit-and-run vehicle and your body, or the hit-and-run vehicle and your automobile, you should have a claim. If it's a situation where somebody ran you off the road but their car didn't touch your car and they just kept on going, you may not have much you can do there.
Again, a lot of these things that we talk about really depend upon the details that you get into about each case.
Most cases are very fact sensitive, and you can vary facts one way or the other, and you may end up with a different outcome. So it's important to sit down with a lawyer and really get into the nitty-gritty details and the facts and circumstances of your accident to get a good idea of what your rights are.
Okay. Henry says, I had a heart attack at work while working outside, and now work comp is refusing to pay my medical bills. What options does he have?
Well, you could have some causation issues there. Obviously, for it to be a work comp claim in Kentucky, it has to be accident related, that you sustained an injury or an ailment due to work that you were doing and in the course and scope of your employment. So if you had a heart attack working outside, there are cases like that where you could potentially prove causation through medical evidence. However, if it's something untriggered, like you just have a stroke sitting in an office or have a heart attack just sitting in an office and air conditioning, nothing else is wrong, you're going to have a lot of trouble trying to prove that case. So I would say definitely contact a work comp attorney and see if they could help you out with it.
Okay, Austin Kennedy, Kevin Shannon, good to see you all today. Representatives of the Bryant Law Center answering your legal questions on today's Legal Line.